Rev the engines!
Well, for starters, she used to be... She recreated the legendary Gâteau de Bourg. Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef.
Gâteau de Bourg? That's the super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices a day.
Well, apparently, the Hotel de Bourg was reported for a safety incident. Someone claims that but none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food. In the end, Escoffier decided...
The Fortress of Mirabede?
Well, you're right. The quantity of the Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still.
So that's what happened.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still well respected by the staff. So, I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to try and negotiate with...
Oh, Paimon gets it! Monica, it's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out...
well...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5? You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice. At least then, you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom.
I'm sorry, Cream. I'm sorry, Mushroom.
As you can see, Escoffier is that kind of chef as well.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors the chance to come out.
Yes, Chef.
Then go back and do it again. The customers are still...
Yes, Chef!
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy.
Oh, no, we're not here...
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can...
Looks like the rush hour is finally over. Is it always this busy here?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary. Well, in her words, the Hotel de Bourg...
I guess I'll be heading off...
Wait, take these home with you. We can't serve them now, and there's no sense in letting them go to waste.
Oh, thank you, Chef.
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste. Oh, and tell Fiamma to get well soon.
Fiamma. That's the second time.
He's the chef that fell ill from stress. Hilaire is his son. He decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take.
Hey, I heard that, Navia! I've told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blood.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally
So, you two must be the world-famous traveler and her companion, Paimon, yes?
Oh, so you know us already. We'll skip the introduction then. We are here to talk about...
Oh, I certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern. And I've lost count of the number. But I don't work for the Hotel de Boer anymore. And besides, I'm the one who persuaded...
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back then. A little...
That's hard to believe.
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either. Anyway, suffice to say that given the history between us, it'll be tricky for me to tell her she's... Fiamma and the others probably think that Savannah got...
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Escoffier.
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, it looks like Monica still trusts you.
Monica...
Plus, it's not like we're asking you to storm in there and raise hell.
Oh, Monica. I can't believe her! Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly! Unbelievable! I won't stand for this! Shh!
Wait, so now she's...
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Wait, she looks like... Is that Escoffier?
Escoffier's back? Yes! I've missed her cooking!
I was just saying, Hotel...
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I messed up your order.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Maybe the taste is a little off, but if you hadn't brought it up, I don't think I would have noticed.
But, please, you have to forgive me or Chef is gonna... Okay.
What the heck?
Get up, Monica! Can't you see that
Esca...
if you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do. Make the...
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in the kitchen.
That's some backwards logic. How can you fix your mistake without being allowed to cook?
We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway. I was actually...
Oh, well, it's because Chef Savannah...
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't recall things being like this when Escoffier was head chef here. I gotta say...
I mean, Escoffier was strict too, but I think the difference... We all knew that it came from a good place. Chef is... But these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just get told to wake up. And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier had started...
Monica, you don't need to call me chef. I'm not the...
Yeah, but through no fault of your own... What happened back? That banquet was a huge event, and so many staff were involved every step of the way, with so many moving parts.
Lumaline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute, produced from an extract of the Lumitwell.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste.
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects, and even lead to Unfortunately, however, some food products containing...
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a... But you took all the blame. We all know why. You just didn't want to see this turn into a... And now look at you. A fry chef in the flu...
What are you trying to say? Sure, the Spina's Tavern is no hook...
Oh, the Fleuve Sandra, you say? Great.
Monica, I'm very happy with my current job. And there's Besides, at the end of the day, I was the head chef.
If only Savannah was half...
I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef? So, you do remember who's boss. Escoffier? I thought...
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this?
You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to do... You're not the boss here anymore, so stop!
Whoa. Sounds like someone has a chip on her shoulder.
Oh, Savannah! My God, have you grown a temper since I last... Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills? Or are you still using the Pluie Lotus as an off-brand mark?
That's none of your business!
What happened to not...
Ho ho! I was not expecting to see...
Huh? Fan Asian?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion? Given that we have ourselves a tete-a-tete between
The traditional way? That can only mean one...
That's right! I'm talking, of course, about the tradition...
According to legend, The founders of Hotel de Boer, Modeste and Savelli, used this method to resolve all of... The cooking contest would decide who had the final say.
Huh. It sounds like they had a lot...
Ah, well, it might sound that way to us. But in fact, the cooking contest played an enormous role. And indeed, the reintroduction of this institution in recent years has surely been
Reintroduction? Someone brought it...
What say you, Escoffier? Surely you of all people want back...
Sure, I reinstated it, but...
I see no issue as long as both sides agree to the terms.
Exhibition. Huh. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line. If I
don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose, you hand over the Codex de Boer to me.
What? The Codex de Boer?
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes. It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world. And only the
Present and former. Wait, but that already includes Savannah.
What do you want that old thing for? You have your own copy, don't you?
Don't take me for a fool. I want your copy. The original version. The one you took with you when...
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know, there's no difference between the original and the copy.
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me? Or are you scared of me getting...
Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue, as long as both sides agree to the terms. And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de Boer, per the recipe in the Codex. Well, Escoffier...
You sound Alright then, let's see how much you've actually grown. I hope you surprise me, Savannah. I'd hate to find out that all you've learned after this long is how to chew people's...
Believe me, I'll show you.
Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fleuve Cendres so I can get prepping.
If you want tea or water, just help yourselves.
me!
Well, I got a sense that she's holding something back. But we chefs always—
Holding back?
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way.
That's patently false, at least where your macarons are concerned. I've been nothing but—
Okay.
Oh, that? Well, it's not— Back in the day, he and his good friend Savelli explored far and wide. Partly adventuring, partly looking for new ingredients and develop— For instance, legend has it that the original Gâteau de Bourg was made using a— So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices of the cake per day. But everyone who— Modeste and Savelli went on to found the original Hôtel de Bourg, which— Especially Modeste. He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius.
Paimon's heard this kind of story before. Armed with the codex.
What? No, of course not. Cooking is a constantly evolving art form. How— Anyway, never mind centuries. Savelli and Modeste parted ways not even 10 years after their rise to fame. And that was it. The end of the Hôtel de Bourg's heyday. It fell into decline. Even then, it still took numerous relocations and changes of management before we finally ended—
Oh! So the codex really isn't all that, then?
Yes, well, that's fiction, and this is reality. You can't meet the taste—
Case in point. Even the Gâteau de Bourg they sell now.
Wait, really? Why the—
It did, but like I said, it's a dusty old book now, and the records aren't as legible as they once— So, reimagination is right. I consulted some historical records. As for why we gave it the same name and kept the tradition of only selling 16 slices a day—
Oh! Huh.
Hey now, it might not be the original Gâteau de Bourg, but it's still the— Just think, if the original truly was the perfect cake you're imagining it to be, there's no way the recipe—
Anyway, before I left my role as head chef, I made a copy of all the recipes from the codex, including my own improved version.
Could it be a symbolic thing? Like—
Well, it was clearly precious enough to give to Escoffier as a parting. Maybe from her point of view, it's like
You think so? The only thing is, it was her suggestion to gift me the original in the first—
What? to me.
Who knows? We could speculate forever. It means besting her in this bake-off, and then getting her to explain herself. However much she's changed since we worked together, I believe that she still has her chef's pride. And if she...
Well, I'm confident that you and your spatula can get justice for fromage.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Gâteau de bourg is very complicated to make. Now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself. But...
Well, that's easy.
Well, I have heard the Traveler is...
Oh, count me in too. I've spent... Even if it means competing against the Traveler.
Confident. I like it. Alright, let's start with some elementary...
I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Oh, Navia. The difference in your case is that mise en... Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something.
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but a kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make for me. It uses, this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that...
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food.
The device isn't cold enough yet. I need to reduce the temperature.
A little mood boost!
And done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredient.
Wow! Even the smell is so much...
Absolutely not! Throwing everything in at once will ruin the balance of flavors. I'll demonstrate again. Now.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
Slowly and... And voila! Now it's your turn. Not terrible. Considering this was everyone's first time blending flavor extracts, it could have been worse. But the Traveler's work was surprisingly good. Are you sure you've never done this before? You got almost perfect results on your... that goes without saying. Still, credit where credit's due. You did well. Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook something from the Hotel du Bourg's current menu. I'll judge your submissions and give you a final score. That's right. The true test of your cooking skills is the finished product. How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? Choose wisely. I expect you to... How's it going? Have you picked a dish?
Finally on the right path. Need those parts. It's taking him so long. I guess I'm finally on the right path.
how's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? Look at that! With the grace of a...
Pretty good, right? Not to brag.
6 points.
What? Oh.
That's 6 out of 100.
What?
You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on...
Aww.
Me next! I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tables.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice.
Aw.
Now to the final dish.
So,
This is our last hope.
8 points.
Darn. That's barely higher than what we...
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10.
Huh? How did you pull that off?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put... I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish. The traveler's journey.
Hey, you made that last part up! No way did you take...
Well, it looks like I lost fair and square.
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining!
Chef Escoffier!
Oh, it's Hilaire! What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest. You're doing Gâteau de Bourg, right? I was just wondering if you needed any help?
And you think you're up to the task, do you?
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Firma, last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me...
Yeah, I was gonna say the same.
Don't you worry. I'll be fine. The fact is, I'm a fine chef, despite recent events. I've proven myself in the hotel...
Firma, have you even set foot in a kitchen since leaving...
I have not, but I'm fully... Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
What do you call this, Firma?
I can't seem to grip...
Do it again! 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 Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen!
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then I will...
Dad, talk to me.
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Monica, when did you get here?
Probably because you were all... But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry. If only I'd known...
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order...
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea. I doubt it was much help. Savannah...
She sounds like the worst! Alright, another...
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no matter what we make...
What this? It looks like a dog's been at it! In the
Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Do it again, do it again, do it again!
Every time you remake it, you just get another...
Either straighten yourself out, or get...
So now, it seems like just picking up a...
Oh, man.
The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Fiamma? You weren't a quitter when you were working for... And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes. That says to me that you still hadn't lost that determination.
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift... Maybe Savannah was right.
Dad.
I see. Well, I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to...
But what if you can't find another assistant in time?
You think being one person short will ruin my chances? Even if I had to go it alone, I would present the...
Oh, well, yeah, and if we're...
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then...
You do this for us?
Alright, fine by me. But aren't you still working for Savannah?
I know, but it's alright. I've made up my mind. With the way things are, I can't keep working for Savannah. I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then...
Well, Hyman didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person, but there you go. Anyway...
Great! Then it's settled. And to congratulate you all on...
Spina sponsored? Wait,
Well, I promised to travel...
Yeah! Feast, feast, feast!
alright, if you insist. Then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives. That's not a bad idea, actually. Wait,
That was a dream come true. Hyman never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
why, Savannah? Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the... I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something I hadn't noticed before. But I can't find anything. It's just some hastily scribbled... The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience. Yeah, maybe. Still, it's just hard. We were. At least, she was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the other... well, I mean to an extent, of course. And the idea that she turned out like this, but... I wonder if this is how Modeste felt, back when he was right... Yes, with his good friend and co... The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Bourg and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But, unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks every turn. Doors that would... And with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, he had... People started gossiping about Savelli, and their relationship between the two. Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in the prime of his... And that was it. they neither had a decisive split. One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy. Even unlikely, it's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut. Really? Well, I like the confidence. Don't let...
It's Cooking Contest Day! To the Hotel d'Amour!
Did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cooking contest!
Mesdames et messieurs, welcome.
Savannah, I've brought the original copy of the codex you asked.
Monica? Huh.
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double-blind format. The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates, only to be revealed after.
As one of the judges, I promise to be fair.
When my meal got interrupted yesterday, I never thought this is how they'd make it up to me.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hotel de Bord cooking contest commence!
Monica, even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right? Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse! Gaspard! Get to work! Do not disappoint me.
Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go. Like an oven on full blast, this competition is quickly heating up.
to the freezer! That should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the flavors.
Come on, Escoffier! Come on, traveler!
The balance of flavors is about right, but the quantity is too low.
Alphonse! What are you playing at? That's not how I taught you to do it! Stop working around and do it again!
Yes, Chef!
Oh, tension in the ranks on Team Savannah. Will this slow their progress?
So, what do you think?
Escoffier is...
I think this flavor profile is still a little bit off.
Enough!
Stay calm, Escoffier. There has to be a way to balance the flavors. Just think.
Wow! Is Savannah serious? Can she really make up for lost time working alone?
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
I present to you Gâteau de Bourg. Goose on the loose! That went just as I expected.
Time's up! Contestants, please!
We both made the same dish after all. For all her flaws, Savannah's a talented chef who earned my recommendation for good reason.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10! Only because there's something about the flavor of the base. It's just a little different from the recipe I'm used to.
Huh? Really? I couldn't tell.
All right, on to gâteau number 2. I haven't had a single bite.
I have a feeling that this gâteau will be...
How exciting! I'm gonna dig... I think...
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too.
It appears the decision is unanimous.
And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her life.
Something's not right here.
I can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has won!
What? It's... Savannah?
No! That's impossible!
Hey, Savannah! What did you do? Oh, you swapped the plates, didn't...
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the... It was Van Gem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking... Isn't it more likely that Escoffier's...
You take that...
Judges, we demand a rematch.
That's enough! As head chef, or rather as team lead, I take responsibility for the dish Savannah, I didn't think you'd stoop this low just to beat me in a bake-off. What happened to your chef's pride?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want the Codex de Boer that much, you can have it.
Escoffier, no!
But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma and compensate him for everything you put him through.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms. The contest is over.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can you really fool yourself? What I'm offering is to accept but only on the condition that you promise to stop putting
Fine. I'll treat this as your final handover of duties from one head chef to the next. So, will that be all, ex-head chef? Or is there any other unfinished business you'd like to leave in my hands?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss, just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend. But I don't know if you're even open to input from other people anymore.
I know what I'm doing. I don't need your advice.
All right, fine. I'm glad.
Escoffier!
The Codex de Boer! Finally. Now, at long last.
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this?
Yeah! The Codex is...
It's alright. It was just a bake-off. Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to compensate Firma. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would solve everything, I'd have just done that in the first place. I mean, why bother with the whole cooking
No. No!
Huh?
That's it? No secrets, no nothing? I don't believe it! This can't be happening.
Oh, Chef Savannah!
Savannah?
It's nothing life-threatening. Just a lot...
Oh, I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us...
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over into the wee hours. But for her, she'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques and recipes, and only real—
But why?
Our best guess is she doesn't want to be seen as—
And there it is.
Even so, that's no excuse.
Yeah, and it's definitely no excuse for cheating in the cooking contest.
About that, we honestly have no idea how she did it. We were focused on our own—
Leone and Argalia were the ones I tasked with labeling the cakes.
Not to worry. Come on, join me downstairs. I'll interrogate the guilty gâteau myself. Aggravated assault on my palate.
Is it really that bad?
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah never switched the plate. The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base. Or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
I'm sorry. I was forced into it. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. I've already accepted defeat. And if whatever's going on with you, just spill...
I was the one who caught...
Food safety. Wait.
I think so. Savannah and I were on procurement that day. I didn't check but I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea there was an issue with them, but the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage.
This is crazy! So Savannah pressured you into sabotaging Escoffier's...
I know, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I was so scared. The thought of Chef Escoffier, I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Seriously? All this fuss?
Huh?
Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and now... So, you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or...
You mean...
Oh, well, I'm not saying you don't have to take responsibility. You should tell Vanagem to mark down your performance for the past few months. Then do some digging and find out exactly where those contaminated ingredients... Good. Now, back to Savannah. What about the original codex?
I have my suspicions.
Ugh. What happened to me?
I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left. They think our menu doesn't taste...
Now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest too. I couldn't, but the difference was so small. I'm sure no one would notice it besides our most loyal...
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah would get so many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again, late into the night.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Thinking back on it now, it's clear that Savannah's been in a...
She wants to prove that she can fill Escoffier's shoes. That's gotta... But after countless setbacks, she's getting more... And at some point along the way, she switched from doubting herself to...
Doubting Escoffier? For what?
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine.
Oh, for goodness sake. What is...
Of course. Then she finally got the codex, only to discover that the secret recipe... Seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system. It probably brought up everything at once. It overwhelmed her, and she passed out.
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. If Savannah had the real recipe all along, how come it tasted different? She might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after like 50 attempts, she'd get it right one of those times.
You'd think so, but geniuses like Escoffier...
New head chef, you say? What's her name?
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without Escoffier at the helm?
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something? Ugh!
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, then you can do it. Hey, did you hear me? Once I'm gone, the restaurant...
All this time, I've been blaming other...
Let's give her the day to calm down.
In that case, I'll go and update for Ma and his family.
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
That was a long day. I think...
Oh, nice! Macarons?
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? Every year, they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. The Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the ideas about leadership. But what those poets don't know is that during a migration, once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock. So the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that come with it, it's something that everyone takes to... I guess what I'm saying is, I don't buy into this notion. Cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredients, same recipe, and of course some people have a more sensitive palate than others, and some people are just born bolder or more... I'd have no reason to expect so much from others if I believe that perfection can only come from the hands of a genius. The only reason I hold people to high standards is Okay, I've made up my mind. I'm gonna... And come tomorrow, I'll give her the scolding of her life, pointing out all the mistakes.
Why are we here so early? Check on her? Oh no, Escoffier...
I'm fine. Just need to get some more... Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here. Or we could just grab a cup of coffee from Cafe Lutece, but either way, hurry!
Coffee. Coffee. I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler in Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up on your sleep when you get... Wait, what investigation?
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here. It's so stupidly small. Yes, except my failure.
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No, not...
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how only to find an empty house. I left Alphonse and the others to keep watch at her home, while I checked. If she's not here, then where could she be?
Boss, Escoffier!
Alphonse? You're supposed to be keeping watch at Savannah's house.
We were, but then, just after you left, we found this...
Oh, looks like a map with a...
Wait a second. This feels familiar. Of course, from the Codex. They're all places that Modeste explored on his adventure. Yeah, but... I don't understand.
The Codex de Bord? Then...
Seriously? So now she set her sights on finding the original
Ugh, idiot! Does she have a...
Hold on. There's more.
It was you. You let the Lumaline through, didn't... It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that...
Retrieve the Codex, so the cooking contest and the cheating.
She's keeping the...
Ugh, this is all such a mess! First, we thought that Savannah...
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put two and two together as soon as I read your threat letter. The food safe, even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan.
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
Let's finish this, swiftly.
Witness my magnificence!
Whoa! This place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it?
I think Modest's codex mentioned this place. A public bath from the time of removal.
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? Aw, they ran off!
That could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
Well, did Modeste mention it in his
Good point.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a joyous chorus, and the path opened to
we have to feed the blubber beasts? With what? There's nothing here. See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're gonna need them.
There is no time for that. Maritime flowers and Lumitoile will have to do.
Wait.
A dash of frosting! To the freezer! Yeah!
beasts or not, are we sure this stuff is edible?
Trust me, they'll love it.
Oh, good question. If we try to put them in the...
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them to double back. What?
Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
The tracks turned back again. So annoying. Hey, it's open!
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your water.
Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, and then you. Not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden, but I also... Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we need to do any more blast tunneling, I want to know where to Did you not hear me? Go.
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear.
Ha! Don't be so self-righteous. Admit it, you were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident, and you resented the way her reputation. So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain. That she deliberately hid her secret recipes. First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savel. He offered Modeste his friendship, only to murder him out of vanity. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle So you see, you're no better than Savelli.
I am no Savelli, nor will I—
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve yourself of your vindictive and jealous behavior now? Just because you didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking—
You're right. I don't deserve her forgiveness.
Ooh, feisty. But you should watch your tone.
I somehow doubt that. Since I—
What?
Ever since I learned the truth. I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long, and now this is payback!
But you drank it too.
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You.
What's so funny?
Oh, you're too much. I thought I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no point.
No.
Revenge is a dish best served. You're a lousy chef, and you make a—
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now—
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You got a good laugh out of me. You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me. But you had your chance.
Stop right there!
Let her go, Monica! We've got you surrounded!
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for a little—
You can't!
Stay back if you want her alive! Escoffier and the Traveler. I can't take you, but—
Monica, what are you hoping to achieve by this?
A recipe. Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius. The je ne sais quoi.
Are you serious? You're here because of a gâteau de bois.
I couldn't care less about the cake itself. He and Savelli were fools. A priceless treasure of Remoria. We're talking about a powerful stimulant that also sharpens the senses. That's right. I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their war machine.
Will you listen to yourself?
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on—
Wait, what's that sound?
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Uh-oh, Savannah's gone too!
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward. She's only taken—
That's true. Even if she finds the treasure—
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route. The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere.
Wheel of life. Ah! Golems! How are they still mobile?
They were probably awakened by the explosions now. Alright, Nice Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping. Light up the blazing sun!
Opening box of Adeptitrix.
Up to the freezer! The audacity! Wrap from the sky!
Rise.
Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. A little amuse-bouche! Dash of frosting! It seems to really like the texture of Rome maritime flowers. To the freezer! Frosting! Suffer the wrath of Eatsley! I never knew you could process Limitwole like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Limitwoles and maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
That's strange. These don't look Grimoirian to me. More
adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh?
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a later date. You really think so?
Trust our adventurer's instincts. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's death and... Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rubber...
No kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I...
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. Sadly, the treasure of Remoria. That's what we used to call it. Our limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale. But this only... He was praised as a genius. While Modeste tried his best to console me. But our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career. I told myself that maybe one day, when I finally created a masterpiece of... Or maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind me, I'd be able to ask him. Unfortunately, that day will never come.
So it was Savelli.
I always thought it was just a legend. But if it's true...
In that case, what does that say about the...
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed. Modeste was convinced of this. Being the perfectionist that he was, he refused to accept even the slightest flaw in his work. But as he baked and taste tested over and over again, he found it was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness that the treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included, and invigorates the spirit. In hindsight, it made perfect sense. After all, why would a culture that sought liberation from... Over the course of his many culinary experiments, Modeste exhausted the remaining... The finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything. And because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him. Yet despite everything...
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica would...
So, Modeste chose to end his own life. Also, neither the Codex nor any other contemporary record...
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. His was a tale of how even a genius could... Did he hope I would gain some personal catharsis from knowing the truth? Or maybe he wished for me to warn the public about the dangers of But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be... What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison. I cannot. I will do what I must to protect his name. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his... I would rather the world believe a tale. The final loose end is the evidence here. At the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong?
So we thought, but if Monica finds out what happened to the treasure...
The treasure of Remoria. I have found... Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children... But I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help... But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria is mine! Oh, it's...
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Escoffier? What?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the... So he came here after his friend's death.
This can't be happening! All that for an empty jar?
Monica, don't do anything stupid!
Oh, shut your pie hole!
A nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else. Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out!
Yoo-hoo! But my name's Echo. Ah! Why is this place still shaking? Either way, enough chit-chat. Let's get out of here.
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no you don't. If I can't get what I want, I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're a psycho!
Savannah? Oh. I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Escoffier! Savannah!
Venejem! What do you...
What did you expect us to do?
We had to do something.
I don't... It was my fault Escoffier had to leave. Then I... Come back, Escoffier. Come and be our head chef again. I'll never be able to replace you.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just went in one ear and out.
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head at the time.
Forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I didn't leave this job because of you. And you're not. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up?
Escoffier's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and get us to do things over a lot.
Things were pretty rough after Escoffier left. And
our customers know that Escoffier doesn't work for us anymore. But the fact is, at the end of the day, we're all human, and we all make mistakes. All we can do...
No, I get what you're saying, but...
Well, about that, there's someone else here to see.
It's been a while, Chef
Firma? I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you. And the way I stubborn... But... I'm too late, aren't I?
Actually, I think I'm going to be just fine.
Huh?
We thought Firma's problem was purely psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came to light, and as it turns out, she was lacing it.
No way! Doesn't that cause nerve damage?
It can. High doses pose a risk of serious nervous and sensory complications. A small dose might simply make a person more emotional, whether that mean more fragile.
No wonder it seemed like you'd lost your edge.
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risks are... Well, that's what happens when you give...
There's... more.
You mean...
Oh, so that's why Savannah...
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the Lumiline. That stuff... So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior and apologize.
I will. I'm sorry. There's still one question that's really bugging me. Why is it... Is it just... I mean, is it because...
It It's because the heating element in your oven is broken.
What?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. All the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time. I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off, since the issue affected both our teams. But
no. I spent so long trying to find out where I was going wrong. It all comes back to one simple...
Oh, cut it out! Stop the woe is me act first. Do you know how long I spent perfecting my gâteau de bourre? 3 years. 3! And you've been head chef now for what? 6 months? If that? A couple hundred. You clearly have no idea how many kitchen failures I've had under my belt. Or genius or not, everyone makes mistakes. You're only a lousy chef if you don't face up to your mistakes. Learn from... Surely you haven't forgotten all that. You were no
I haven't forgotten.
That's alright.
Haha! Sounds like we won't need another...
What a perfect ending to it!
So you got your mojo back now?
Yeah. Thanks to you.
Friends again!
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
But that was mostly Monica's fault.
Right. And also, does it have to be right now?
No excuses. This is a cooking contest, so grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is happening today.
Hey! So, this whole time...
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
The results are in! A landslide victory for Escoffier!
Quite rightly, too. Piece of cake.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too, considering she lost.
Now, where were we? Yes. Do you have any more questions for me? I thought Navia would have filled you in. And actually, I said all this to Savannah before I left. Although, as we saw, I don't think any of it sank in. I had 2 reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course, but the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached a point where... So I decided to step down and look for new opportunities.
Improve how?
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Nice. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime you. There's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored. Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I used them in the cooking contest.
What? Paimon didn't know.
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipes of previous chefs and figuring out and the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen. You've got...
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore. Hey!
Don't worry, it's not going to be a free-for-all like in Modeste's time. In the meantime, take this. It's a recipe for Petit Gâteau de Boer, revised version. I tweaked it to suit your needs.
All right!
Oh, of course. I've already promised Vanishem that I'll come back every once in a while to make sure...
You know, Paimon's still a little Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in so... She practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary.
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste's writings and what we saw in those ruins, the so-called treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extracted from Lumitoiles.
Huh? So then, why
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine sugar back then. So desserts were very much in their infancy. In a world of And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable in ancient times. But even if Sibeli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be...
So after all that, there was nothing. Feels strange to say it, but Paimon almost feels sorry for Monica. She sacrificed it all, only...
Hey!
Huh?
You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, check it out. Did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the... Experts say it has immense artistic and historical...
Wait! Isn't that the jar they used?
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfinger...
That unique aroma. All right then, I'll just...
Shut
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
That unique aroma. All right then, I'll just go.